was necessary so that we can start to build industry. Marcus Garvey came over from Jamaica, and he came over to meet with Booker T. Washington. By the time he got here, Booker T. Washington had died. So he went on a speaking tour. He met with a lot of the black leaders that were here in the country, and he wasn't that impressed. So he said, you know, right now, let me go ahead and kind of create some stuff. So he created what was known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It's the UNIA for short. That was the first black government, if you will. And the reason I say that in quotation marks is because they set it up so that it literally had every entity that you needed to be considered a government. That's important because that's the first in the world at that point that had an entire government. By 1919, he had upwards of about 6 million black people across the world. That's how Marcus Garvey became the first enemy of the state.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I come to bless you all. Good morning, I come to bless you all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Wagwan family, good morning. On the there. Yeah, man, me there. Early riser. Now me have something to talk to you about, you know. Where the hell is this $850 million? Where it gone? And it's like, somehow we hear about it and we see it in the news briefly and it run way gone left way. And they call like say, we not pay attention. Plus so much money a thief up everywhere. You know, recently we hear say, almost every ministry, money I got on the municipal building, all the social housing program, a pay bag of wire and nonsense are going in a government. But last year, I show you something brawling right before no yai and look like say we forget it. I show you a comparison. I know the maths is not adding up, people, and we'll never forget on this platform. The maths not adding up. We will never forget. Do you understand me? No. We are going right to it, people, because we not forget about it. No, last year, people, how are you doing? Good morning, people. Good morning. You see me up early in the morning. We do a video earlier. You understand me? Up same way. And good morning, Yalon D. Yeah. Blessings in the morning, man. Blessed rising. Now we're going to talk about something. I want to pay attention with me. Want to come with me. You're not an idiot. Right? You no matter if you don't go to school, go get no degree, you know, go to college. Look here. Enough old people couldn't read, but you couldn't fool them for the money in the market when they might check, you know. I'll finger them I use and check like a calculator. Watch this with me, people. Mama no raise no fool. No. Look at this. Let's take them back there. Who remember this? When the Auditor General bust out say, boy, you see him Auditor General, I ever say such manner. Gala like say the Auditor General and no work and rah. None of them can dispute this, you know. A long time the Auditor General do them work in a family. You know, you may say, all right. So the Auditor General reveals over $400 million have been spent on empty building. It is alleged that approximately 8 months rent has been paid out. This building is yet to be. Nobody know in the building, people. We say nobody know in the building. Empty. Remember courthouse right now leaking. You know, Linstead courthouse shut down in a church. They might have court in. Me showing all type of different condition and bad condition of courthouse in and municipal building across the country. But we have this amount of money. I waste my empty building. And now guess what happened? Who the government have the contract with? Gagged. You can't know. Pay chicken business are going on, Jamaican people. You must know about this, you know. Look on the date. Look at the date. That is March 27, 2024. Not change around here, you know, people. It's just a different year. But we have to go back to these things. We have to regurgitate it because there's so much shiny objects out there to chase after. But this is not the only money we get missing or the money we them spend away. Because we weren't paying attention earlier, back in 2016. Look at 2016. Government spending $500 million on tax building. Yeah, you see what I say? I renovate it, you know. Look, me say, look good, people. Come here, show us something, you know. I'm show you money gone, you know. It'll get worse, gentle people. This is 2016. So you see what happened at 2014, right as 2024, right there. So with the Auditor General, we bust that building, empty building for $400 million. You understand me? I remember this building, them say it's supposed to be done what this year, I think. And it's supposed to cost $2 billion to finish renovating it. $2 billion when them done. Anyway, let's get back to this building. These are from 2016. A long time at Jeffrey, you know. These are from 2016. Look good. Remember, $500 million to renovate this building right there. So, tax building. Remember, Juliet Owners, a build a whole building in a 2024, governor 2025 for $800 million. But in a 2016, just to renovate a government building, it costs $500 million. Come, make a reverse it and do it backwards. $500 million in a 2016. See the date there? March 31st, 2016, to renovate government building downtown. See it here? Tax building. It costs us $500 million. Now, Mrs. Owners, she built a whole building for herself, and it now costs her more than $800 million. See it there? I don't lie, me I tell, see it there? See Juliet Owners building there? Juliet Owners $800 million apartment complex. And you know, if your apartment complex a luxury, she now build a nonsense. A luxury apartment complex, Juliet Owners a bill. What happened to her? See there? 800, see the trial, see the involved an $800 million apartment complex owned by developer Juliet Owners Company will continue in the Supreme Court in January 2024. See it there. And on a lie, see it in the green, I see the date to make you go do it on yourself and find out if I lie I tell run so. So let's get back to this $500 million or so. In a 2016. You saw the money at dash way. So if you can't, people at 2016 attack at 2024 now, you know, man. So if Juliet Owners at 2024 up to date, remember at 2024 the thing come up with Juliet Owners, you know, and at 2016, you know. See there, 2023. See there. Yeah, but that's still, it's about 2016 to 2023. That means it's supposed to cost cheaper back then. It's not my teeth people, money people. I'm going to show them, man. Look on it. I'm going to show them more. We want to vomit out them at thief money, but we have to go back to these things because people think, say, I just know it. I go and look. It started from 2016, people. So, you know, say, I don't know who are the contractor where I get them a contractor, you know. I don't know who are the contractor where I get them a type of contractor. But me I tell us that my contractor, the contractor look bloated and pregnant. Now I'm going to show now again. All right. Let's go. I'm show no money away. So look at so. We're talking about the OPM. Look on it. Ad pen. Don't forget this. Last year, December, right? The Auditor General again find out say food and produce disaster relief. I'm thinking about food and stuff. Pests and mold destroyed. What kind of pests you think them attack? Cockroach and rat and cockroach and mold destroy $4 million worth of relief supply seen at Ad PEM. You may say at Ad PEM. See? La 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 la. You see me I say? So this officer is under the Prime Minister in him office. Him saying big and bad and bold. Him take everything and put under him and everything and run down. Just like how the social housing program was flagged by the same Auditor General again. So it seems as if everything what I'm gonna do, he might run the country backwards. See there, mole. Jamaica place is poor and hungry. Tell me how you have $4 million worth of supplies of people after hurricane. So much, put it down so till rat and roach and mole take it. Because the place people don't have no AC in it, and the people have to run out of the place a couple of months because the AC unit don't work and mold in the place. Even the people that are working there, mold in there. This office is under the Prime Minister. Tell me, me tell you, man, everything under the Prime Minister. Yeah. We say everything under the Prime Minister. Yeah. Not now with the man what put him on that too much sin thing. You know? Come on now. You can't. Who you, man? You're not God, man. Come on, man. You just stretch yourself out. So the man said, that's why I look stressed out. So the ADPEM, Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. You hear them beautiful name there? Them people that were killed with acronyms. Now working for the people. You hear the beautiful name it got? You believe set to work for the people. Under the Prime Minister, food must spoil. Under the Prime Minister, rat and cockroach must do that. Under the Prime Minister, we must waste $4 million worth of food when the people they want it. Wanna store the food for? Hurricane money, hurricane food come for the people, and $4 million worth of the food spoil. Don't forget that, people. Don't ever forget that. This is under who? Such man. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. That's some beautiful name, but nothing does peer, nonsense are going up in them office, the people. Money and waste, some show, no? When money and waste. So we got to talk about these things, see there. The $500 million from 2016. This is 2016, And a $500 million to renovate the tax administration building. Don't tell me say it's bigger and more expensive than Juliet Owners building in 2024. Remember last year they end up in a court, we know that, So PRT in 2024. You understand me? See that? Yeah, man, 2024. Either last year, 2023, we find out Juliet Owners cost of her building due to the court case she have, in a court. That's how we see it in the paper. So it costs her $800 million for her apartment complex. But in 2016, back then, $500 million to refurbish the building. It get worse than that. Can we try to find out? We try to chase down another $850 million, and I don't know where it's at. So let's hunt it down, people. So the Office of the OPM waste $4 million in a food that is supposed to go to the poor people. People me can't say nobody them so wicked yet. How now food put on $4 million with a rat name up and roach name up and mold. This is disgraceful under the prime minister and have nobody for blame. Look come at people. Look at that picture again. We try to search for $850 million. Hit me look for. I'm gonna show you something. Juliet Owen's apartment building cost how much? $800 million. Look again. Her apartment is a luxury apartment. Me not have to ask nobody. I want to follow me when we're going with this right now. Why? Because the maths is not mathsing. The maths is not adding up, people. It's not adding up this morning. So look on this other thing me I share so now. Look. Wow. Look at that. I want you guys to look really, really good. You don't know what you're looking at? The DPP office being relocated because of mold. Here we go again. Mold. November of last year. It just happened a couple months ago. See there. A prosecutor said today that the office is comfortable to work in, but no one expected that mold. See, mold in the office. No. Remember, look on that again, DPP office and mold. But I'm going to show you something. It costs taxpayers, see, it costs the government just over $850 million to renovate and expand the building about 2 years ago. So, may I ask, my question is, because this is the maths now, maths up to me. Or is it costs with taxpayers more than $850 million just to add on a little piece and renovate? And the people 2 years ago, and the people leave out of the building already. What could I go so? What them do with the money? If you spend $850 million to renovate and then claim so to expand, want to put on toilet, want to put on pan, you think we're stupid? $850 million in a 2 years' time. The people have to run out of the building. The people are now in the Department of Justice building people. Department of Justice, that's where the worker them run, gone Jamaican people. But look here, it get worse than that. Worse than that. Because it costs the government, which taxpayers, $850 million to renovate the local building. But look here, Juliet owns $800 million for big old apartment complex with buildings. You can't make that. This is what the maths now maths up to me. This is how it really now add up to Carlos. No, this is how it now add up to I and I. May I tell you the truth, people? It really now add up to me right, that's all. Believe me. Think about it. Juliet owns $800 million. It costs her to build a luxury apartment complex. I mean, no, say that I build up there. See, come see how the inside of the prime minister place, or the settings stay in the roof and all them things there. I'm gonna see what luxury them are dealing with, right? And you have to tell me, say, we refurbish the DPP office, right? And this is a causeway, and the people have to run out of it in 2 years. They're not even in it a year, and they have run out of it gone because of mold and all that rigmarole. People tell me, how that add up? How is it to repair and put all the in the cost $850 million? And to build something brand new from ground up with land and everything, it costs $800 million. Unless say, nah, add up, people. Eh? You know, if you've been a maths genius, my granny could have add this up with her finger alone. Look on that. How it is. $800 million for a wall. Brand new. Everything does. Brand new apartment complex. And to renovate one. It costs me $850, and the people them still have to run out of it in 2 years because what? More. They have to relocate. They have to relocate people. Eh? That's so much money waste. Me just want to show you this morning how them dash away money. A road like a dirty. dirty water. They no respect with money. There's no respect to our dollars out here. They spend taxpayers' money anyhow they want to spend it. Now, this year we're going with all them corruption. In all these municipalities, municipal buildings, so much money leak out of it. Everywhere people unquestionable money are making a different withdrawals, a deal like Colonel Charles' son, film ministry. You talk about Desmond McKenzie film ministry. You talk about the Prime Minister. You talk about his housing program nonsense. We talk about it's just pure nonsense are going to set up to gripe the poor people of Jamaica. I'm just here to call it out this morning. We know we do a video earlier. We don't come to stay long, but look upon it good. If the maths in this morning, gentle people, look good. Good morning, dear Easy Jerk. Wagwan, Mr. Campbell. Hey, wagwan, everybody. So, man, has a respect, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, think about it, man. Just think about what's going on here. Think about what's going on here. The amount of money we them rob. How we get money to fix the road, the hospital, the school, and them thing, the people. Me I say, if it costs just to repair and probably add on a toilet, we don't know the add on it, but it can't be done big. It can't be done bigger than a brand new apartment complex with luxurious apartment complex. It can't be like that. And it costs Gillette owners $800 million. But when it comes to us, want to repair or something, it costs me a whole lot of money, $850 million plus. But the people them, after we spend $850 million, the workers in that office have to run out and in the Ministry of Justice office. I don't know when them go get back to them office. Like everything that's a run down and nobody not put nothing in and nothing. I don't know when them go to the office, but I see nothing in the paper where they are back in their office. You understand me? I say people, then they have the mold and the food and when they have the disaster, same thing where we come for poor people. They wonder how the Prime Minister made that happen. Eh? Are you over at PEM? How you make that happen? Is it the same way you make? Look here, people. This morning, I play a video, right? Because early this morning, we had also shown us some video with Marcus Garvey and I shown about Marcus Garvey land. And we as people need to start thinking different now. More than rice and flour, some rum and boom. We have to think above that. No, my people are people. Now, my argument I'm going to share with you now. Can I move the speed a little bit? Now, I'm going to go back to the argument I talked earlier this morning regarding to our land in Jamaica. I'm going to talk to PNP, I'm going to talk to Labour Right, I'm going to talk to No P. Now, how is it okay for Chinese to sit upon Marcus Garvey land? Listen to me. The people them rebel, the people them protest. 740 acres of Marmy Bay. Marcus Garvey heritage tie up in that. You have the aquifers, you got water in it. You also have the Roaring River. 740 acres. How is it them get the Chinese this? I'm going to play a little clip this morning. The brother say, them start do some work on it again already. Them start do some work on it already. We say, hold on there. The Chinese start clear the land. And then it's worrisome because of the threat to the environment. Because them say about 100 acre of land, like a buffer land, probably swamp land, but these Chinese get ready to destroy. And it's just close to the Duns River Fall. But them get the go ahead to tear down this land and members of disaster office, they went in the office in a Prime Minister office in NEPA, environmental offices in the Prime Minister office. When I hear say the environmental office is where? In the Prime Minister office. Remember me telling you, the environmental office is within the Prime Minister's office. So he would have to sign off, with the oversee the signing off of them Chinese there to dig up the place. Whenever say what I go on. So hey, so I play something this morning. I'm gonna play a video. The man over there in St. Anne, and I see the Chinese them dig down the place, and it's questionable because based on how them destroy the land, it's a questionable thing, people. Can the Chinese get to destroy the land because the government give them some time? If they don't use the land, the government is gonna take back the land. But the government knows that the Chinese are now going to make the land lapse where them now go, where the government get to take it back. So they might plant them a root there, right? So much things are going on, people. We're showing all the deal where we sign with the Chinese or we no benefit because we build land and we give them, they build a road and we give them this 50 years concession, 30 years concession, longer than any other concession. Every other concession are 20 years. We have 50 years with them. So it seems to me like they want them to plant them roots in our place. Now we give them land, 1,200 acre one place, 740 acre the next place. Now we give them toll in the middle of the road. Since the toll been in the road, you don't tell me, say, these guys have not recouped their money yet since a long time. Look how long them did it. Enough money them collecting at the toll and the government check how much money them are collect at the toll. If them add up them catch the money yet, but the government give them 50 years in the road if you collect the money. So it seems as if it no matter what kind of money them collect. Yeah, man, the cash pot, man, this a continuous fountain of money. It seems as if the government of business, if them pay for the road already or not, people look at it. On top of the toll that we give them to go straight to them place, we give them tax break. We give them duties in free duties to come out of the country, right? So therefore, we don't collect duties. That could be going into somebody's pocket in Jamaica, paying some bills or fixing some roads or the schools, the hospital, or police station, get help. We not collect taxes. We're not doing all these things. So there's not a level playing ground and level playing field. We are giving them an unfair advantage to destroy the Jamaican-owned businesses. That's why when you go around Jamaica, you see Jamaican businesses are dead because our own leaders give the Chinese an edge over us, something we wouldn't see nowhere else in the world. China man wouldn't do it. The white man wouldn't do it. The Indian man wouldn't do it. They would never give nobody, no immigrant, no unfair advantage over the citizens in them country. Look at America right now. They want everybody come out and gone. The other day, I see people come out in America, in Chicago, black people, have quarreled and say how much the government give these Venezuelans, big old apartment complex, and all of them living there for free. They might get money, they might get voucher, they might get this, they might get that. And the people in Chicago are still homeless. So you understand how people look on these things, but look at Jamaica. People that get tax break in your own country, you're not getting. We in the world, which white man is going to do that to them people? What Chinese man is going to do that to them people? The government don't give we the fair playing field, a level playing field where we can compete against the Chinese. Once the Chinese come in the ring with we, the Chinese knock we out because them come from the richest country in the world and them get the duty-free imports and they get a tax break. The government don't set it up like that. The government set you up to fail. The government don't put you up to compete against the Indian man. Because the Indian men get duty-free import and tax break. These things got to change people. On top of that, we give them the mom, maybe a land. We give them the this and the that. All right. Look at this good. Tell me, say them people not collect the amount of money we owe them at the toll already. On top of that, look at this. Them now consider, and every year them raise the toll and government can't even negotiate with them. Anything them say and the price, that's why the government have to go with because of them run the toll, right? Now, on top of that, think about all the duties that we save them all these years. What if we were collecting duties? You know, things so we don't have enough money to pay them back. What if we were collecting taxes? Say, all right, we'll collect the taxes and duties. Are we going to pay you back? We're not going to give you no land. You understand what I say, people? You know, things so we don't pay them back already. So we are making them pocket all these duties, making them pocket all these taxes. And my problem, people, they are taking back everything home. So on the expense of poor people, they might take back every dollar home. Remember, it's our money they might take home. It's not like, no, Carlos, it's not our money because we never take the money from them and give it back to them. No, it's like we are telling them, say, keep the money, we don't have to wait. The duties, don't give it, keep that. A business they must have a profit. No, the taxes, don't give us, keep that. I want to give them people to keep. Guess what they do? They get richer and richer and richer and richer, then can afford to lower their prices and kill Jamaican-owned businesses, get rich and turn monster, build an empire in Jamaica, all along sending everything home that a home pipe of money going home. What worldly leader would have think about something like that? Look how much business these people have in our country. I want to tell them, say, all of them is like a portal. Money going straight to the country. All of these people working for the government. They are working for the government of China. All of them working for the government of China. They in Jamaica. I yesterday my brethren tell me, they must sell car parts. They must sell car parts. Them not just in a supermarket and sell food. They're not just in a wholesale. Them have car parts. They go for hardware feeding store. They must sell lumber. They must sell steel. They must sell cement. They must sell everything. These people, you know, so these people copy things. Anywhere they're going to copy, counterfeit and copy stuff. And while they might take them and give baby feeding, the fake cigarette, the fake rice, you know, they might kill off some of while they might take to, you know, even though we are giving them every goddamn thing and I show them love, you know. Think about it. Think about how that is on our behalf. They might cut off the Jamaican people foot. You used to have middle class. Now you have only a poor in Jamaica and rich. When I was growing up, you have Jamaican owned businesses. You have Jamaican who are run supermarket, Jamaica who are run wholesale, Jamaica who run pharmacy, gas station, everything you can think of. Yes, you used to have the Chinese them same way. The born and grow there. I run them, I do them thing, but you have Jamaica strong. I run things in Jamaica, but all of a sudden, we kill off all those Jamaicans. Where are they at? Kill them off for some other people. Who did that? Our own leaders. Open up the door and bring in other people. They say, if they want, you think that can happen in America? Look what they're doing with immigration now. The people them pissed. They want about the country. That's why many of them vote for Trump. You can't rank them after them country. What me and you need to do is fix up our country people and figure it out. Me never hear nobody in Jamaica about immigration yet. When you catch in the Asian, them and fling them back. Do we know how much Chinese are coming to the country? Oh, they're illegal? And Indians? Then everywhere we go to the Chinese, this is not sustainable. I mean, I tell the PNP this. This is not sustainable. Having so much Chinese in the place, unfair advantage. You can't get no immigrant tax break and duty-free imports, and the people them in the country now get it. That's why Trump win back, you know. And them crap there while Trump win because the people them, they can't get no free nothing from the government. And as the immigrant come here, them go in apartment complex, like them get them drivers there so easy, they get money, they get food, they get shelter. And the people say, what the caca for this? These things are real kitchen table issues, people. Kitchen table issues. Jamaican cannot survive under this. And if the next government come in and don't change this, come on, people. Where we gonna be? Where we gonna be? Think about your country 5, 10 years after this. Think about when me and you're dead and gone, and our youth and our grand youth them grow up. What kind of country we gonna be? These guys give them 800 and 740 acres over Miami Bay, Marcus Garvey land. Marcus Garvey land, fiscal colony. I want you guys to understand what's going on here, you know, man. Marcus Garvey land, 740 acres. 740 acres. And don't take it from me. Maybe a lady named Kalila Reynolds. I'm going to play it for some of you guys who just wake up. Because these are the kind of, me say, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. This video need to be highlighted. Because of people don't know what going on in Jamaica. Sell up Marcus Garvey. They don't love him.
Chinese construction company Czech wants to build a gated community on sacred indigenous lands in St. Anne. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. Now, if you're living in Jamaica, the name Czech or China Harbor Engineering Company is probably very familiar to you. Czech has been working in Jamaica since 2009 and is responsible for over 20 projects. The North-South Highway, Southern Coastal Highway, and 3 miles overhead bridge in Kingston are some of the more notable ones. Now, the company wants to get into real estate development and is interested in building a residential gated community in Miami Bay, St. Anne, a prime tourism area. The land they're interested in is a whopping 740-acre space in Miami Bay. Czech's ambitious plans include a hotel, apartments, townhouses, and a special economic zone that would house roughly 4,500 residents. The only issue is the designated development area holds a lot of historical and ecological importance. Rivers, Miami Bay Great House, Roaring River Great House, and property tied to Marcus Garvey's family and Taino settlements. So, of course, this has caused some controversy, especially because the land was given to Czech as part of the payment for building the North-South Highway. So they have every right to use it. Dun, dun, dun.
What do you want?
Now, Czech did commission an environmental assessment, which is where a lot of these concerns were raised. The report noted that even with the suggested mitigation measures, there would be significant habitat loss. Promises have been made that they will integrate natural elements into the design and relocate habitats, but there's still a lot of planning left to do on this project. It will require more industry and public consultations on the environmental report. Plus, I'm sure NEPA will get involved at some point if they aren't already. It's a balancing act between progress versus heritage, and that's the bottom line. So how do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my newsletter for money news like this straight to your inbox. Click the link up here or in the description below. Let's get this money.
Khalila Reynolds, people. Now, check this out.
There are renewed calls for the government to quickly restore the St. Anne birthplace of national hero Marcus Garvey.
The matter has received fresh attention given that U.S. President Joe Biden has pardoned Garvey.
Andrea Chisholm has details.
This is the birthplace of national hero Marcus Messiah Garvey, located at 32 Marcus Garvey Way in St. Anne. The site was declared a national monument in 1992 and has welcomed hundreds of visitors over the years. Michael McCoy has been living in the area for roughly 55 years.
Yes, everybody around here kind of cut up about it, Yeah, people don't really kind of say the house should be in better condition. You understand? But through the government takes so long, then takes so long for do. But then for do, you understand? They will come every year and promise you that they are going to do this, they are going to do that, and nobody don't fulfill their promise.
For over a decade, different administrations have promised to restore the home, but it's yet to be done.
I know that the house that he was born in is being restored. The individuals that were on the property were given houses in civil. One sister have taken up the house and the other one is contemplating. I spoke with the minister, Olivia Babsy-Grange, just yesterday. She had said to me that something that she's going to move on this year because it's so important. It's been dragging for some time because the one particular, and it's only one individual that is holding back.
Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Michael Belnavis, said he recently spoke to the individual.
The individual said to me just a couple of weeks ago that she was prepared to give up the fight and really take the house from the government so she could move. The government could move on acquiring the property and really putting up a nice structure which is fitting for a national hero.
Until full restoration is complete, residents continue to celebrate news of Marcus Garvey being pardoned. Garvey was convicted of mail fraud in the United States in 1923 and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. Former U.S. President Calvin Coolidge commuted his sentence in 1927, but stakeholders have been lobbying to clear his name. Now that former U.S. President Joe Biden pardoned Garvey, one man wants people to continue being inspired by Garvey's teachings.
What is this going to do for all of Garvey's children psychologically going forward? Is going to be exponential. Only history could tell. So we feel very honored and privileged. All people who are in their own psychological slumber need to take Garvey's words seriously and profoundly to say, rise up, up, ye mighty race.
One of the many powerful quotes from Garvey, up, you mighty race, accomplish what you will. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
People, we have to do better and get back to our roots. It seems as if the only leader who was ever close to our roots is a man named Michael Manley, the white man there. That's how I feel, people. The only man who even stick to our roots a little bit close is Michael Manley, rather, people. So let me see a little bit more about Marcus, because, we have to get deep.
It's necessary so that we can start to build industry. Marcus Garvey came over from Jamaica, and he came over to meet with Booker T. Washington. By the time he got here, Booker T. Washington had died. So he went on a speaking tour. He met with a lot of the black leaders that were here in the country, and he wasn't that impressed. So he said, right now, let me go ahead and kind of create some stuff. So he created what was known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It's the UNIA for short. That was the first black government, if you will. And the reason I say that in quotation marks is because they set it up so that it literally had every entity that you needed to be considered a government. That's important because that's the first in the world at that point that had an entire government. By 1919, he had upwards of about 6 million black people across the world. That's how Marcus Garvey became the first enemy of the state.
Earlier this week, President Obama granted clemency to 231 prisoners, the most individual acts of clemency granted in a single day by any president in U.S. history.
I want to listen to this, How we black people, our worst enemy. You saw them treat Marcus Garvey heritage in Jamaica, just gateway to Chinese, aquifers and springs and then, running river upon it and all them things there. And that's the way we give them. Them four parents never slave a day for the plantation. Our four parents dead, were whipped. All kind of sitting them to it. Enough people don't even get a piece of land, a chain or acre. Can never find place to plant a corn and take up 1940 acre, give them 740 acre Marcus Garvey place to give them the rights of the roadside to put up gas station, restroom, restaurants, and anything they want to put up at the roadside where they build the road at, and billboards, all them rights there, them get the sole rights to do that. So, I mean, what's going on? What more we are giving them people here? We give them that, on top of everything we just mentioned a while ago, Them get the sole right to do that, You understand me? And as some black people treat each other, no respect. I think them they expect them probably think say, boy, since Obama never pardoned him, them think say nobody else is gonna pardon Marcus Garvey. Because Obama never pardoned him, That's why I'm gonna rate Obama. Obama did not pardon Marcus Garvey. Listen to this.
According to the White House, Obama has now commuted more sentences than the last 11 presidents combined. But Obama has taken no action on several of the most high-profile prisoners seeking pardons or clemency. On Wednesday, we looked at the cases of Native American activist Leonard Peltier and Chelsea Manning. Tomorrow, we'll talk about Puerto Rican independence activist Oscar Lopez Rivera. But today, we look at another request for a presidential pardon, this one from the family of Marcus Garvey, a pioneering figure in the Black freedom struggle in the early 20th century, who inspired generations of civil rights activists around the world. In the 1920s, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover targeted Garvey for his political activity as a leader of the Pan-African movement. Garvey was convicted in 1923 on a charge of mail fraud and sentenced to 5 years in jail. His charges and conviction effectively ended Garvey's political movement and eventually led to his deportation back to Jamaica. This is Marcus Garvey's son, Dr. Julius Garvey, of the Justice for Garvey movement, speaking in August.
The civil rights movement started with Marcus Garvey. That's acknowledged by Brother Malcolm. It's acknowledged by Martin Luther King. And it's acknowledged by anybody who knows history. The president stands on that foundation. So we think that the time is now to exonerate Marcus Garvey by a presidential posthumous pardon. Yeah. And that's why we're here. Thank you.
And we'll be joined by Julius Garvey in just a second. President Calvin Coolidge commuted Marcus Garvey's sentence in 1927. However, the commutation still left Garvey's conviction in place. So we're going to ask Marcus Garvey's son, Dr. Julius Garvey, about his case. He's a cardiothoracic and vascular surgeon who's leading the Justice for Garvey effort. It's great to have you with us, Dr. Garvey. Welcome to Democracy Now!
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us what you're doing.
Well, basically, we have placed before the president a petition for the posthumous pardon of my father. And it's well documented in terms of the legal aspect of it, because that's the foundation. The moral aspect of it is separate, as is the political aspect. But the legal aspect of it was prepared by a well-known law firm, Aiken Gumpower. And they have spent almost 2 years really working on it and going through the case as it existed. I mean, there are thousands of pages, etc., as well as the...
This is 8 years ago. 8 years ago, to the people. This is 8 years ago.
The appeal, which was also denied. So it's a well-prepared document that shows that there was no evidence, there was a prejudice of judge, there was perjury. The only evidence was an empty envelope, which was stamped with the black star line on it. No writing, no evidence that it was handled in any way by Marcus Garvey. Nobody knew what was in it. because the person who presented the envelope couldn't remember what was inside the envelope. And also, he was a perjured witness in that he was told by the prosecuting attorney to lie about the contents and whether he worked with the UNIA, etc. So,
But before we go into all of that, for people, especially young people, who have not heard of your father, talk about the context in which all of that took place. Talk about who Marcus Garvey was.
Yeah, it was a very important time because this was early 20th century. My father formed the organization Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League in 1914 in Jamaica, West Indies, came to the United States in 1916. And of course, this was 1914-18 war, the First World War, the so-called Great War. And there was a large movement of African Americans from the agricultural South coming to the North because there were jobs that were available now in terms of the industrialization process to back up the war machinery. And many young, quotes, white men had gone to war. So there were many jobs up north. So there was this migration. So we had, you might say, a Southern African Americans who had been subjected to, you might say, the lack of Reconstruction, where they were subjected to the black codes and Jim Crow laws and so on, coming up north, being able to be employed in the industrial process. And then, in a sense, asking themselves now, well, what is freedom? How do I manage my future? You know, I've been sharecropping. I've been subjected to Southern injustice. And here I am in the North. I mean, what is my dimension of freedom? You know, what are my citizenship rights? What are my human rights as a person? And my father, in a sense, had the answer because he had been all over the world and he had seen the conditions of African people in the Caribbean, on the continent, and also now in the Americas. And his idea was really to unite African people around the world because it was a process that had subjugated them. Now, this was 400 years of slavery and 50 or so years of colonialism. Colonialism, started in 1885 with the Berlin Conference, where now Africa was simply invaded and dispensed to different European groups who just took over and reduced populations to peonage. And of course, post-slavery, there was no assessment of the needs of African people who had been enslaved for such a long time. So there was no reparations for African people. The reparations was for the slave owners. So African people were destitute all around the world because of slavery, because of colonialism. And Marcus Garvey felt that, my dad felt that, it was important to unite African people because with that unity, we would have some strength in terms of our resources, human and otherwise.
People, real talk, Marcus Garvey had the big things in the days when we never have social media, people. No social media, all the man unite so many people.
Is necessary so that we can start to build industry. Marcus Garvey came over from Jamaica, and he came over to meet with Booker T. Washington. By the time he got here, Booker T. Washington had died. So he went on a speaking tour. He met with a lot of the black leaders that were here in the country, and he wasn't that impressed. So he said, right now, let me go ahead and kind of create some stuff. So he created what was known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It's the UNIA for short. That was the first black government, if you will. And the reason I say that in quotation marks is because they set it up so that it literally had every entity that you needed to be considered a government. That's important because that's the first in the world at that point that had an entire government. By 1919, he had upwards of about 6 million black people across the world. That's how Marcus Garvey became the first enemy of the state.
6 million. Imagine. What is it? And Twitter page or Instagram? Where have them pan? 6 million people around the world. Can you imagine? Them say, him son saying father travel around the world. On a ship, plane. Them days the people. So this brother has something else. And something else, people. That brother has something else. And you listen to the man's speech. The man is very smart. The man wise. But guess what? None of our leaders were respect him enough to teach him in philosophy in our schools. None of them. The only one that was close was Michael Manley. The only one, people. And we're going to listen to Muta Baruka. Muta Baruka is a good historian. So we're going to listen. What I say? Yeah, man, Muta Baruka, I'll give you a take about Marcus Garvey, historian Muta Baruka. I rate him. He can give a good story.
We want to talk about Marcus Garvey in this episode. A lot of people are familiar with the name inside and outside of Jamaica. The problem with it is that in Jamaica, even though Marcus Garvey is the first national hero, a lot of people don't know what he stood for, what he stand for. Why is he a first national hero? Most youth, if you ask, well, not most youth, a whole heap of youth right now, and big people, if you ask them about Marcus Garvey, the only thing they know about Marcus Garvey is that in Barna St. Anne, and they have an organization them named UNIA.
True.
If you ask them what is the meaning of UNIA, they don't know. UNIA is the organization that Marcus Garvey and his first wife, Amy Achuk Garvey, start. They named the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It is and was the largest organization of black people all over the world.
You hear that?
20 million people follow Marcus Garvey.
20 million.
He had what they call it Liberation Hall or Liberty Hall all over the place, all over different countries. Now, Marcus Garvey, a lot of people don't know, but if you take up a book that was written by what they call African American, and them talk about the African American heroes, more than likely you'll see Marcus Garvey's name in that book, even though Marcus Garvey never called himself African American. As a matter of fact, he wasn't African American because Jamaica and born. Anyway, Marcus Garvey decides as an organization and referring to Africa, can say Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. So he decided to set up an organization to transport leadership, goods and services, and people between Caribbean, the Americas, and Africa, especially Liberia. That is where he was heading, Liberia. But money is the problem. So he decided to make it a thing where everybody can contribute to this shipping line. So he started to send out letters and this and this and that. And then the FBI, wasn't called the FBI at the time, by a man named J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover bringing in a black man to infiltrate Marcus Garvey organization. This is the first time a black man went be an FBI agent. And he was there to really infiltrate Marcus Garvey. And then them catch him and charge him for mail fraud, not the agent, Marcus Garvey. They charge Marcus Garvey for mail fraud. And he spent 5 years in a prison. 5 years. And then them deport him to Jamaica. Now, a whole lot of people don't know that history. And them don't know that Marcus Garvey founded the first political party in Jamaica. The People's Political Party was formed by Marcus Garvey in Jamaica. Marcus Garvey had different places where he keep meeting. One named Eloise Park, and them have downtown named Liberty Hall. And the thing with Eloise Park was like an entertainment center. Because for those of us who old and know about Ronnie Williams, some man, as we would have said, man get bust in a them place there. Spread out in wing because of Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, Liberty Hall was where him do a whole heap of political and social business. And this Liberty Hall was not only in Jamaica, but if you go all over the Caribbean, there was Liberty Halls all over the Caribbean. And then go into America and create one of the biggest upset where he had thousands of people joining the organization and giving speeches even at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden was a place where a whole heap of people don't even know, say, Marcus Garvey full them place, they talk, not performing, talk. I don't know which speaker now, anyway, in Jamaica can go in a Madison Square Garden and just talk. Maybe an artist who going to come forward.
Is necessary so that we can start to build industry. Marcus Garvey came over from Jamaica, and he came over to meet with Booker T. Washington. By the time he got here, Booker T. Washington had died. So he went on a speaking tour. He met with a lot of the black leaders that were here in the country, and he wasn't that impressed. So he said, you know, right now, let me go ahead and kind of create some stuff. So he created what was known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It's the UNIA for short. That was the first black government, if you will. And the reason I say that in quotation marks is because they set it up so that it literally had every entity that you needed to be considered a government. That's important because that's the first in the world at that point that had an entire government. By 1919, he had upwards of about 6 million black people across the world. That's how Marcus Garvey became the first enemy of the state.
Jaja. That's why them take him down. He might grow too much. Him too powerful. Real government. Smart brother. And this brother was not recognized by our politician because some people say I'm a criminal. So all them land they want to get rid of and rob out him heritage. Forget about him. Take him land, get rid of it. Rob it out. Him are the first national hero. No respect to him, his teaching. Right now, them listen to his teaching and follow his teaching in America more than Jamaica, people. I was listening to a video one brother do. Him say them spit on Marcus Garvey in Jamaica, people. And fling rock stone off him, Yeah, man, say them fling rock stone and spit off of Marcus Garvey in Jamaica. And now, you see them and now, them give him land. Marcus Garvey land just gone, so. You understand me? Think about it. They might give the Chinese this land, people, for what? Destroy the legacy of Marcus Garvey. The people are fight for the land, but the government, remember NEPA in the Prime Minister's office, so any environmental code broke and, regulation broke. And the Prime Minister's office him override all of that, people. Override all of that and destroy the land. So we just want to bring all these things to you guys so you understand what's going on. Me want to understand what's going on and open the eye and pay attention to what going on in the backyard. Because this episode land, tell me in the comment section if you think the Chinese should have get Marcus Garvey land. This piece of land should be secret. It should be sacred, people. It should be open like the whole property, the whole of the land should be like a national park for the citizens of Jamaica or even tourists want to come there. Set it up beautiful, nice and lush. Right? They got water, they got everything. It's for the people, but you're going to take the watershed land, people, and give it to the Chinese. Do you understand me? It is watershed, they might take the Chinese. You understand what I say? The watershed, I hit them and take the Chinese. The watershed. Where you think Chinese are do that?
Chinese construction company Czech wants to build a gated community on sacred indigenous lands in St. Anne. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. Now, if you're living in Jamaica, the name Czech or China Harbor Engineering Company is probably very familiar to you. Czech has been working in Jamaica since 2009 and is responsible for over 20 projects. The North-South Highway, Southern Coastal Highway, and 3 miles overhead bridge in Kingston are some of the more notable ones. Now, the company wants to get into real estate development and is interested in building a residential gated community in Miami Bay, St. Anne, a prime tourism area. The land they're interested in is a whopping 700.
The company want to get into real estate. Come to build road, Just like when they come over there, they set up them like a supermarket and sell food. They must sell car parts. They have pharmacy. They have lumber. They must say the goddamn thing, everything them said. Them people copy everything they see and everything going on. Remember, you can't beat them people copy, you know. So now check come out if build a road. We have them build a road. And all of a sudden, they want to go in a real estate. All right.
Residential gated community in Miami Bay, St. Anne, a prime tourism area.
I pull it up.
And 3 miles overhead bridge in Kingston are some of the more notable ones. Now, the company wants to get into real estate development and is interested in building a residential gated community in Miami Bay, St. Anne, a prime tourism area. The land they're interested in is a whopping 740-acre space in Miami Bay. Check's ambitious plans include a hotel, apartments, townhouses, and a special economic zone that would house roughly 4,500 residents. The only issue is the designated development area holds a lot of historical and ecological importance. Rivers, Miami Bay Great House, Roaring River Great House, and property tied to Marcus Garvey's family and Taino settlements. So, of course, this has caused some controversy, especially because the land was given to Czech as part of the payment for building the North-South Highway. So they have every right to use it. Dun, dun, dun. Now, Czech did commission an environmental assessment, which is where a lot of these concerns were raised. The report noted that even with the suggested mitigation measures, there would be significant habitat loss. Promises have been made that they will integrate natural elements into the design and relocate habitats, but there's still a lot of planning left to do on this project. It will require more industry and public consultations on the environmental report. Plus, I'm sure NEPA will get involved at some point if they aren't already. It's a balancing act between progress versus heritage, and that's the bottom line. So how do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my newsletter for money news like this straight.
Kalila Reynolds, people. Kalila Reynolds. That's her, right? Check her out, people. She's informative. Now, when you get a gist of what's going on, heritage land, all type of stuff in it. Now, I'm going to play something else for you guys. Just a little clip, right? Because this brother go there, and I'm going without him drone, and I'm going to see what go on. It's been sold by them 2 politician people, and I just leave right alone. PNP night too. Them do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are out in Miami Bay, St. Anne. And today we're going to tell you about the plans that China Harbour Engineering Company has for this area of land. As you can see, they've started to clear it.
Listen.
And they plan to build a massive housing development.
Guys, this is 5 months ago. Driving in Jamaica is the channel where I take this audio from. So the brother go there. He's a blogger. Him go there. Him fly him drone and go check out what I go on there. Listen to these people.
On this land. Now, this is a very popular piece of land. So this is some prime real estate. This land is valued millions of dollars. To the left is a northern coastal highway, and to the right is a north-south highway. Now, when this north-south highway was being built, it ran into problems. And the contractor couldn't finish, so the government went to China Harbour Engineering Company and said, finish this road. They said they'd finish the road, but you have to give us 1,200 acres of land beside the highway. And the government said, yes, we'll do that. And that deal was done, and that's how China Harbour Engineering Company came by this land. Now, that was years ago, and the area has boomed. The development unprecedented in St. Anne, in all of Jamaica. So this land is very, very valuable. So China Harbour Engineering Company now owns the land, and they are going to develop it. They are going to build the Miami Bay or the Miami River development, which is going to be 160 acres. They're going to build residential units or multi-story blocks that can accommodate up to 4,000 people.
You know, listen to me. A Chinese ability, you know, the things that black people live over there. Chinese will give the land for build a colony, gated colony. Do you think say police can go over there, go talk to them, or even with soldier? Eh? You think we're gonna live in there?
It will be 69 deluxe and standard 3-bedroom units and 200 1- and 2-bedroom units. And it will have all the modern amenities, clubhouse, pool, gym, jogging trail, nature trail, etc. So, as a real estate agent said, once this goes on the market, it will be sold out within days. That is how in-demand houses are in this area.
Who you think will buy them unit there? No Jamaican will buy them. Chinese people buy units and all in Florida. Chinese buy land and house and property and never seen it. Never come to the United States. I said to your people, me I show you say, with all this 50-year concession, 30 years more than everybody else, I set them to come plant. Why you give these set of people 30-year concession more than everybody else? Why you give them 50 years to recoup their money instead of the 20-year like everybody else? This are set up people. Set up. Make you listen to brother I say, man.
So this is what the plans are for this development, and it looks like they have, well, they're clearing the land. The last update is that they were waiting on the environmental permit, and people in the area were, what you would say now, they were opposing the issuing of the environmental permit because they said this land sits on watersheds, and watersheds are very important for the environment. So I'm not sure what the latest, or if a permit.
Listen me, watershed land them take a give the Chinese people. I want to understand that may be a watershed land they take a give them people 740 acres of land. Them people can put up an airport there, A whole heap of land, me say them can set up airport. We give them so much land, they can set up airport. Jesus God, what we do self, man. Oh, black man can do this a wickedness to themselves, man. Eh? Yo, restore Marcus Garvey, man. This brother talk the truth, people. Come and do the story on it already. That's why I'm playing it for you. The brother is speaking the truth. Yeah, man.
Watersheds, and watersheds are very important for the environment. So I'm not sure what the latest, or if a permit has been issued, I'm not sure. But I know NEPA was in the process of doing an evaluation on everything.
But their premise
well, as you can see, the land is being cleared and it's prime real estate.
Listen there.
This is Miami Bay, right between Ocho Rios and Draxall. All right, guys, so we will keep you guys updated on the development. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day.
People, I want to understand, say, are them both sides give it the land, even though people are ball about it, them don't care. Them just dash it to get the Chinese. Yeah? But it not done yet. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And Draxall. All right, guys, so we will keep you guys updated on the development. Remember.
Yes, people. So the piece of land there is a very serious piece of land. And I don't know how the Jamaican government allow the Chinese to be below, Marcus Garvey land, people. Marcus Garvey land, Marcus Garvey land, the people them take you to backside because understand that the people that take Marcus Garvey land and dash you like say Marcus Garvey don't exist. So now the people are ball over Satan because they get the new him get this thing right now in pardon. So there's a new call in a sense and now show him look at dignity, good God.
See, there are renewed calls for the government to quickly restore the St. Anne birthplace of national hero Marcus Garvey.
The matter has received fresh attention given that U.S. President Joe Biden has pardoned Garvey.
Andrea Chisholm has details.
This is the birthplace of national hero Marcus Messiah Garvey, located at 32 Marcus Garvey Way in St. Anne. The site was declared a national monument in 1992 and has welcomed hundreds of visitors over the years. Michael McCoy has been living in the area for roughly 55 years.
Yes, everybody around here kind of cut up about it, Yeah, people don't really kind of say the house should be in better condition. You understand? But through the government takes so long. Then takes so long to do. But if you do, you understand? They will come every year and promise you that they are going to do this, they are going to do that, and nobody don't fulfill their promise.
For over a decade, different administrations have promised to restore the home, but it's yet to be done.
I know that the house that he was born in is being restored. The individuals that were on the property were given houses in civil. One sister have taken up the house and the other one is contemplating. I spoke with the minister, Olivia Babs-Grange, just yesterday. She had said to me that something that she's going to move on this year because it's so important. It's been dragging for some time because the one particular, and it's only one individual that is holding back.
Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Michael Belnavis, said he recently spoke to the individual.
The individual said to me just a couple of weeks ago that she was prepared to give up the fight and really take the house from the government so she could move. The government could move on acquiring the property and really putting up a nice structure which is fitting for a national hero.
Until full restoration is complete, residents continue to celebrate news of Marcus Garvey being pardoned. Garvey was convicted of mail fraud in the United States in 1923 and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. Former U.S. President Calvin Coolidge commuted his sentence in 1927, but stakeholders have been lobbying to clear his name. Now that former U.S. President Joe Biden pardoned Garvey, one man wants people to continue being inspired by Garvey's teachings.
What is this going to do for all of Garvey's children psychologically going forward? It's going to be exponential. Only history could tell. So we feel very honored and privileged. All people who are in their own psychological slumber need to take Garvey's words seriously and profoundly to say, rise up, up, ye mighty race.
One of the many powerful quotes from Garvey, up, you mighty race, accomplish what you will. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
So now, guys, but find the next piece of the clip where the same brother driving in Jamaica. I wanted to go check out his channel. Enough development are going to Jamaica. And him drive all around Jamaica and fly him drone and him do all of them things there. So him go check out Mommy Bay. Again, this is a different video, right? I'm give you a little bit more in depth about the seriousness of what them are do down there. Now listen what I say. At the piece of land where the Chinese them are mash up down there. Listen.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we are out by Mommy Bay and we're going to give you a drone tour of the check development that is happening out in Mommy Bay. Now, it seems as if Czech was given the EPA license or whatever the permit was that they needed from the government because they have started to clear the land.
Listen.
So this land is prime real estate.
Marcus Garvey land,
It's on the north coast of Jamaica and prime real estate.
Marcus
As a real
Garvey land.
estate agent said, anything you build here will be sold off within a week.
Yeah.
Listen. This is the land here. It's between the main road and the highway. This is it here. So now it's persons are complaining and protesting and calling for a halt to check Mommy Bay watershed development. So apparently this land is a part of a watershed.
Yep.
It's a watershed area. So persons are saying that this land should not be developed.
No.
However, it seems as if Czech has gotten the permits because they've started to clear the land. There you can see the opening. That's the northern coast. So no, that's the north-south highway, Highway 2000. Now, The Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement has called on the government to halt the China Harbor Engineering Company development in Miami Bay St. Anne, which is a watershed area.
Watershed.
China Harbor Engineering Company has started clearing the Roaring River watershed to put 850 homes. Now, this is
the Roaring River watershed. Clearing down everything, people. Them people not care. They will mash up anything. They mash up in them country. They mash, hey, and money them come for. They not see no. Yo, we let them.
Massive development by Czech. But Czech is a massive company, so they can easily build these units. The building of the units is not the problem. It's the environmental impact.
Listen to that.
That seems to be the issue. So what the lobby group is saying is that the project will destroy over 167 acres of coastal forests, decimate biodiversity, impact clean water supply, and harm the social fabric of local.
You're the person.
Local communities.
Hold on, man.
And
you are going, people. Black leaders are the worst, Brother Christopher Campbell. And a life from the Caribbean to Africa. Black leaders are the worst. How could you do this to your country? How could you take such a property and give to the Chinese? A watershed. How can you trust these people with the land, with the water? Can we go to them place and own nothing? My God.
167 acres of coastal forests, decimate biodiversity, impact clean water supply, and harm the social fabric of local communities.
Listen to that.
And they are saying the project is very close to Dunn's River Falls, and it's
such banok here. Nepanem office.
They say it's an ecologically sensitive area of Dunn's River Falls in Miami Bay St. Anne.
What a disgrace.
So basically, that is where they are now. But they have started to clear the land, and this land is very special. A lot of discussions have taken place about this land.
Marcus Garvey land.
No, this land was given to China Harbor Engineering Company by the government.
You're there.
So I find it very strange that the government would give land away that is so environmentally sensitive.
You hear that?
I'm sure some process, some approval had to be done.
Through the Prime Minister's office, NEPA in there. NEPA there. Just remember the thing when happened there, the upper Raya Cobra, you know. Remember when the fish them kill and the oil spill and all them thing there, and chemical spill and all type of thing happen with the company, they trade with the company and what they happen, this and how they end up. The office in the Prime Minister's office, give the China for mash up your watershed. Why would they do that to your country? You think the Chinese that make you do that? Would the Chinese make anybody do that? Anybody? Would the Chinese make anybody, anybody coming in the place come to that? Would the white man make anybody coming in the place come to that? How about the Indian man? Would they allow anybody in the place come to that? How about we the fools? How about we the idiot? What about we the prekkie? We are the worst. From Africa to the Caribbean, black leaders. Why would you do that? We are ready to say them put the Chinese foot on the neck. Business can't survive under them. We have to constantly work for them. Middle class gone. They must send money to Jamaica. Every business in Jamaica, and there are plenty. Every business in the Chinese in Jamaica, it's a portal. Straight money to China. It is owned by the government of China. All dollars, everywhere see them. Car parts, where see them sell hardware, lumber, gravel, sand, cement, restaurant. What am I doing there? Every road lead back to them country. Every profit what the country allow them to make, what we allow them to keep the tax money, we allow them to keep the duties, so them get richer and richer and richer, get bigger and bigger and bigger. To send everything home. We're stupid. And look what we're doing again. Pantapadisia. Look on this again, Obedo. The watershed. None of these people that make we do that to them. But we.
Investment of the land before it was given away. No, this development, they say it's 167 acres. But Czech got 1,200 acres. So what happened was, this highway that we're looking at was started by a French company. But the French company was not able to finish the project, and it was just there. So the government needed somebody to finish the project. So they went to one of the largest construction companies in the world, the parent company of Czech, and said, we want you to build this road.
Yeah.
They came and said, no problem. The problems that the French company have won't be a problem to us.
Yeah, I know.
We will pay the French company for the work they did. We will build the road. You don't have to pay us a cent.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay us. We'll build the road, but we want two things in return. One, a 50-year concession to collect the toll to pay back for the building of the road.
Not only that alone, the tax break, the duty-free import, everything, people. We give them the rights to set up gas station, gas station and restaurant and rest stops and hotels and sitting beside the road with them build. And all signage rights, exclusive rights to them. Why else we not give them? My God.
Two, give us 1,200 acres of land beside the highway so that we can develop it. And that will help offset the cost of the highway, because the 50-year
concession, how come you gonna give them land, some pristine land, you know, because the road cutting at some mountain where Jamaicans never walked before. That means there's some virgin mountain, beautiful and pristine. Pristine, you know, people. Think about it. Them the road where they landed, them the land where the road are cutting a virgin. None of we have Jamaica never seen in the place there yet. But then yet they got to take it and get the Chinese to rot it. Who tell them say them have land to give away? Who tell them say feed them land to take and give away? And we the children of slave don't even get a piece of chain? No man, this is not safe.
Session to collect toll would not be enough. The government said yes, we'll do it. Czech build the road. The government gave them the land. So I don't know if what impact this development will have on the environment.
Work with peace of mind while receiving SS.
Czech build the road. The government gave them the land. So I don't know if what impact this development will have on the environment.
Not good.
But all the government agencies seem to have signed off. When Czech asked for the land, the government must have done some assessment of the land to see the environmental impact, because I don't think anybody would do anything that would interfere with Dunn's River Falls.
Whatever, man. Such man don't care about no economy, man. He don't care about the environment, rather. Economy, yes, he don't care about that, but he don't care about the environment. He don't care about that. If you sign off on this, the people might tell you something you like, I mean, why would you do something like this, bro? To your own people, them. If you say you and Trump are going to have a problem, you know, because you know, say the last time Trump tell you, say, to ease off doing business with the Chinese, them, you know, because remember, say Trump ambassador is the first U.S. ambassador come to Jamaica, so, and you see it on every TV, every radio station, and every blogger page him can go up and remember Mr. Donald Tapia. Remember that old man used to say everywhere on every TV and every radio. I tell the government of Jamaica and I want them, you know, until one of the time him and the Chinese ambassador to Jamaica catch up in a war of words, you know. When you remember the back and forth, when you never remember that. Yeah, man. So when the Chinese ambassador to Jamaica answer him, because you know, the Chinese face, you know, You can't diss them, you know, they will answer. The answer is that Donald Tapia was coming to Jamaica, tell Jamaicans if they left UAE, you know, the UAE set up on 5G and them in the country and blah, blah, blah. So now, it look like such man find himself deeper with the Chinese. I feel same never knows that Trump will come back in a power, people. Lord God. We just have to sit down and watch everything, you know. All me do is sit down and watch everything and play out. I think you never know that Trump will come back in a power. No, Trump come back in a power. In neck deep, gone way deeper into the China. I'm just believing in the Vanos Trump come back in the power. So just go along with the Chinese more deal and that and something. No, we have to look and play up. We can go and listen to this answer.
Duns River Falls is the #1 tourist attraction in Jamaica. It makes millions of dollars. Almost everybody who visits Jamaica or who lives in Jamaica will visit Duns River Falls. Magnificent falls, beautiful. I've climbed them many times. Very nice experience. So there's one other thing that the government told Czech. We're giving you the 1,200 acres of land, but you have to develop the land. If you don't develop the land, it will go back to the Jamaican government.
That's true, people. That's true.
And there was a time period put in the arrangement. I think it was 20 or 30 years. And they told them they cannot sell the land and they cannot use the land as collateral for a loan. You have to develop the land. So now Czech is doing what they have to do or they lose the land.
Of course, the
land will go back to the Jamaican government.
They're not lose nothing.
No.
They're not going to lose that. They make sure they're
So guys, what do you think of what's happening? It seems as if Czech has gotten their approvals because they're clearing the land. The last time they had a meeting about this, it was, I think, some environmental license they were waiting on. Whatever NEPA gives out, that's what they were waiting on. So, guys, what do you think? Leave your comments in the section below. And we will keep you guys updated on this project.
Yes, my brother. People driving in Jamaica is the channel. Him have whole power work with him do. Him drive all over Jamaica and show them different projects in our country, people. You see me I say, some of this why you know. But that's why you know, say, we get sellout people. Sold to the highest bidder. But that's why I know that this man is so. Share this. Give it a thumbs up. So the other one them can see it, people. So we don't know the people might do with all this information. Yeah? Marcus Garvey land shouldn't have been touched. It should be sacred land, people. Shouldn't touch a man land. When they say Marcus Garvey wasn't going to get pardoned, and because certain man say I'm a criminal, get rid of the land, get rid of everything. You know, I mean, what want to take the land and get Chinese people? Why? Black people. Destructive, boy, to them own kind. I tell you, we're the worst. From the Caribbean to Africa, we do things in reverse. We turn the gun on ourselves instead of turn the gun the other way. You look what we do now. Always turn the gun on we. Why we have fired the gun and turn it on ourselves? You know, we always a shot to own self in our foot. Always a shoot to own self in our foot. Black people. Black people look on Jamaica. Business dead off of Jamaica. Everywhere you go, Miss Matty and Mass Joe business. If you see a little business out there, depend life support, you have to go down to China man to go buy. And then you have to go buy a little few pack of cigarette, a little case of beer. And then you have to go buy from, we turn slave again. Slave to them. Black people used to run them thing there. We can't do it no more. We government allow that, give them tax break. People, somebody have to fix this, you know. This is not an even playing ground for nobody. You can't allow immigrants to come in your country and get a bigger break than the people them. I kill the people them. The government has set up the Jamaican people to compete against all these people them are making at the country, are coming at the country. And then these people coming at the country, you know, and I give these people all type of goodies. So the people of Jamaica cannot compete against them. What a wicked set of people. Black leaders are the worst from the Caribbean to Africa. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Lego Marcus Garvey land. Not a gang nobody, man. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Share this if you think somebody fear this. My name is Jamaican Carlos. I'm out.
was necessary so that we can start to build industry. Marcus Garvey came over from Jamaica, and he came over to meet with Booker T. Washington. By the time he got here, Booker T. Washington had died. So he went on a speaking tour. He met with a lot of the black leaders that were here in the country, and he wasn't that impressed. So he said, you know, right now, let me go ahead and kind of create some stuff. So he created what was known as the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It's the UNIA for short. That was the first black government, if you will. And the reason I say that in quotation marks is because they set it up so that it literally had every entity that you needed to be considered a government. That's important because that's the first in the world at that point that had an entire government. By 1919, he had upwards of about 6 million black people across the world. That's how Marcus Garvey became the first enemy of the state.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, me say we eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, them money, waste my musta man to statue. Say we like a catch you, but they got enough, they got you. Take the spit of money, gal and say that it's not you. On the head, the man above him, him a got a bet too much. It in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you. It burn me 300% raise. It burn me garbage pile up the day. It burn me give the teacher them raise. It burn me I see corruption peace. It burn me mash down the people them house. It burn me every day appear arms out. It burn me appear money them a thief. It burn me and them a sell out with each. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.